Hello and welcome back to Bramwell Battery Brewery. So today I've just done a beer haul video, so I'm not interested in these at the moment. What I'm looking at is books that I first got when I started to look at doing all grain brewing. Now, basically my brewing story, home brewing story, is I first of all had a festival golden stag kit around about 2015. I did the kit, I enjoyed it, but it was just too simple. I didn't feel involved, and it was like when I give someone a bottle, it's like, yeah, there's a bottle of homebrew, and people say, oh, you brewed this? Well, yeah, put some hot water and put it in a bucket and then put it in some bottles, and that, about as far as I went really. So I thought, I want to get more involved, but I didn't want to go big. The festival kit was a 40 pinter, and I started to get a bit bored. I had 40 bottles of this stuff, about 44 bottles I think it was, because it's 500ml bottles that I collected and cleaned and went through the whole process of bottling it. And I thought, I've got a little bit bored drinking, I need to do more, and I want to have more variety, and I need to be more involved and try and control some parts of the brewing. So looked online, got really interested in small stovetop brewing, and found this book, which I think you can still get this, Brewshop's beer making book. They have kits now with the jug, the grains, yeast, a couple of bits of equipment in there. Recently, Scott from Scott and Wonder has got one of these kits off Wonder for Christmas in the UK 2021, and he's going to be brewing it very soon. But this is the company who supply them kits, Brewshop. So 6 years ago, I got this book, and it's basically what I say to people out there: if you're interested in home brewing and you think you're a bit nervous about it and you don't know which way to go, one of them kits is probably the best and easiest way. They've got really good instructions in the kits, they've got online help, so it's worth going. And then once you've done it, I can guarantee if Scott from Scott and Wonder enjoyed the brewing process, he'll take it that next step and start to find his own recipes and start to build recipes, knowing he can do it on the stove. I've been stovetop brewing now for 6 years, and I've got no real interest in going into the grain fathers or the big all-in-one systems to do the 19-20 litres. I'm quite happy brewing 6.5 litres, put them into my kegs, put them into bottles. I do more brew days. It's still a long process. The process time is still 4 to 5 hours, and then you've got the bottling day and making sure you're keeping the beer to temp the best you can. So all that is the same. It's just the fact that I don't want 44 bottles, or I don't want 20 litres of beer that's the same. I want to have variety. But in this book, when I got this book 5 years ago, within it tells you the steps, it explains ingredients, it explains what you need to buy. Well, this is the sort of stuff now that comes in the kit, first of all. So Scott will have this sort of in his kit, and you have to buy additional stuff like a couple of pans to suit, and maybe the bottles. Flip top bottles are easy to start off with, just in case you don't like it, and then you can go to cap bottles, strainer, and then it explains malts and the ingredients and what you expect to get from them malts and the flavours. And then hops, it moves on to hops. It's got a real good information about hops in here. And as you go on, it explains the brew day, the step by step, which is brilliant. And then it throws a load of recipes at you, telling you, what grains you need, what hops you need. I've done quite a few in this book, and now I've just developed them and moved on and do a lot of my own recipes now. There's a rye PA in here. I did a porter from here. There's a smoked cherry, saison, Simcoe IPA, that sort of stuff. And it just tells you the ingredients and the simple steps, and it's really good. The only thing for the UK is it's in pound and ounces, and it's not in grams. So you just have to do a bit of maths and convert them over to the UK for the litres and the grams, kilos, and it even recommends yeasts and stuff. So that book really set me on the way, and I've never looked back. And I always revert back to this book sometimes just to have a look at the recipes. It's Erika Shea and Stephen Vallan. You can see if you go on YouTube and search Brooklyn Brewshop, I think they've done a full brew day video, which is really interesting, and I'd recommend that anybody who wants to look at that and then think about going into it. You will be surprised at how easy it is. I always feel as well that because I keep it small, if I make a mistake, it's only 5 litres, it's not 20 litres. I know it's the time it's taken, but yeah, that just gives me a bit of comfort as well. So I moved on from that book when the newer book came out, which was Make Some Beer. But what they did do in this, again, is information at the very beginning, brewing, how to brew. And what they did in this, they've actually now put in it so for America, it's in the pounds and ounces, and they also put the grams and litres in as well for UK. So this is much easier. There's no conversions. Again, this is them travelling around. They're basically to go on a trip, and it shows you within the book where they visited, what breweries, to talk about the brewery a little bit, and then beers that have been inspired and they've brewed after visiting that brewery. So again, it's another book by the Brooklyn Brewshop. Have a look online, see if you can purchase it, see if it's any of your independent bookshops. But again, I'd say that's well worth it. Yeah, really good books. Them two set me off for my small batch stovetop brewing, really. And then once I got used to it, I've moved into a lot more homebrewing books. I've got lots of homebrewing books, and I'm now converting, scaling. For the stovetop, I use an app called Beersmith, create my own recipes, look at the balances, look at flavours. I'll do a separate video on how I do all that. But really, I just wanted to do this quick video on the basics, the books to basically get you into stovetop brewing. And this, they call this the Bible in the brew, on BrewTube. Yeah, all the home brewers, they call this the Bible. I think it was Ant Rogerson, he came up with it. But this, again, it's really good. It's got basics at the beginning, sanitising, what you need to do, and then it goes into recipes, and it breaks down from Pilsners, IPAs, German wheat beers, fruit beers, nettle beer, pumpkin ales. And it's got all the recipes in there with the grams and the colours that you're looking for, litres of water. But these are for 20 litre batches. So for me, it's about having to then convert them to suit my scale. But I enjoy doing that. So again, it's just a really good book, gives you plenty of recipes. And if you get into the Brooklyn books, you'll soon move on to these. There's also another one, which I'd say for the UK, but I've got it on, it's on my Amazon Kindle, that's right, yeah. So it's on my Kindle, so I've not actually got it physically here. But that is another great book. I will put the name of that book here and the author, but that is definitely worth looking at. Again, it's got a step by step, and what's good in that book, you get both this small 1 gallon recipe, and you also get the 19-20 litre recipe. So it's already converted for you, which is great. So if you're interested in wanting to do some all grain, you want to take a step, or you want to just dive straight into all grain, and definitely look at the Brooklyn. Go and look on the internet, find Brooklyn Brewshop's kits. They've got Punk IPA, they've got other different kits. Don't be put off by Punk IPA. Still be a great kit. Whatever you brew will be your beer. So that's one of the bonuses. Okay, well, hope you like that, and I will be doing some more videos about other homebrewing books and stuff, obviously homebrewing wise. So take care, and I'll see you again. Cheers.